Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of The Commute.
Bro, I'll be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. So we got this couple cleaning out their grandmother's house. And she had passed away, and they go up in the attic and they find this box. And they open up the box, and this is in Tampa, Florida. And there's a wedding photo of the great-grandparents in there. Some coins that appear to be like, really old, ancient coins. A dead handle, a human hand.
What?
With a fucking treasure map inside of it. Holding a treasure map. So they're like, what the fuck?
It's like the fucking Goonies, man. Searching through the fucking...
Well, that's what I thought of when I heard it. I was like, fucking...
Exactly
dude, that's my fucking dream. Is to find a treasure map.
Like severed
and
pirate's hand.
Find the shit, They said the map bears the word Gaspar. And they said they think it's connected to a legend of a late 18th, 19th century Florida pirate, Jose Gaspar, who's also known as Gasparilla. They even have an annual festival in his honor. They said there's no proof this guy was real, though, and the myth could have originated with a railroad company advertisement in the late 1800s. They said that the hand is real. They had the hand checked out. Mm-hmm. The hand is real. The coins, however, seem to be fake.
Oh, okay.
They said that because they were hoping to make like some money off these fucking coins. Mm-hmm. They said, nah, they're different like thickness than the coins should be from that time. They said the treasure map is likely a blueprint from 1920s and 30s, and the coins look too thin to be authentic. They just don't know what to make of it. So they haven't shown anybody the map yet, but I think they're going to actually try to treasure it up with the map.
Yeah.
But they haven't shown anyone the map. Dude, that'd be so fucking awesome.
Reminds me of this other story, like this girl, her dad was like a janitor, and I guess he was like, had the most boring job in the fucking world. So like half of his day he'd spend like drawing this maze for her, and he drew this giant friggin' maze, man. It's like 3 feet by 3 feet. Like it's huge. This real fucking fine detailed maze. And she said, because she liked mazes when she was a kid. And she had her dad like do a new one like 30 years later, and he just did a new one. And he just finished it. It took him 2 months to make it. Or no, 2 months to make it. And supposedly it takes like it could take you up to like 2 weeks to solve it.
Holy shit.
It's that big and like detailed and shit.
I guess if you start from the beginning, I like starting from the end.
Yeah, working your way back.
Yeah. What does he write it on?
It's like a huge piece of paper, like I don't know, almost like a blueprint paper.
Eric, did I show you what I did to the cabinet, the old house, the one that you helped me?
Yeah, I don't think so. What was it?
But, yeah, the cabinet, the drawers in the kitchen that had the butcher's block on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, you can just move that aside. I put it aside, and I made a map of like the yard, like the house and the backyard and everything. And I put like an X with a $sign by one of the trees, and like 5 steps and this and that. And then I shut it back so that if they're moving it to repaint it, they'll come across this thing. You got to try it. I'd have to try it. I'd be in my fucking yard digging up holes and shit.
So you just wanted somebody to aimlessly dig around in the backyard?
Yes.
That's sick.
And the place I put it, we had, it was under a tree that we had originally dug up all the grass, and we put like the black paper down, and we mulched it, so it looks like we covered up stuff.
Yeah. So they'll find something there. It just won't be anything of value.
Yeah. I feel bad now because the girl that bought it, I work with her, so I don't know if she watches this or not. But.
Well, if she did, she'd have a heads up.
Yeah, it's not real now. So what we got? Connection between racist Google searches and black mortality rates.
What?
It seemed more interesting when I first looked at it as much as now. So what they're saying is that if you look at people's Google searches by area, the more racist searches that people do, the more likely, the higher the death rate is for minorities.
Really? Really?
So they said that in areas that have the highest percentage of a search with the N-word in it, they have like an 8.2% more chance of dying. But here's what they said, of any cause.
Okay. So it's not correlated in any way.
No.
Or it is correlated, it just doesn't have...
They said that... What was it? But they said another thing that throws it off is... And I don't believe this. They said that just because you're searching the N-word doesn't mean you're racist. You could be looking it up for research. I'm saying more than likely not.
Yeah.
Like, not enough to throw off the fucking numbers. You know, like, oh, well, 50% of the people were doing research.
That's like 0.093%.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, and that might be a kid that heard the word and was like, what does this mean? You know? But they did say they did a search of people doing, racial slurred searches on Google. And in those areas are the areas that Obama did the worst during the election. So, like, it does hold true to some extent. So it holds true for the election.
Well, again, I mean, it's like, you can't really... The cool thing about that is, or interesting, not necessarily cool, is that Google has all that information.
That was the other thing I thought of.
Of all your searches.
Every search. You can delete all the shit you want.
They came out with a thing recently where you can access your entire search history from...
Really?
Yeah. From Google. So that might be an interesting thing to do.
I would love to do that. I'm not going to air it. So, yeah.
Who knows where I was at that point in my life?
I was heavily sedated at the time. My kid must have done that one. Not I. Why would I want to watch him go fuck a midget? That's stupid.
It's madness. It's just madness.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I didn't know you could do that. I knew they had the information. I didn't know you could look up your shit.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but it's worth looking into.
And not only do they keep it, but they keep it by location. Like,
yeah, sure.
That's insane. So anyone that bought an Apple Watch and has a wrist tattoo, you just pretty much wasted your money. They're saying that the watch features green and infrared lights on the underside that rapidly flash on your skin to measure your heart rate and determine whether the watch is being worn. So I guess it does certain things if it knows it's being worn. Maybe it won't, I don't know enough about them. They won't ring if they're not being worn because it's not on you, kind of thing. But they said if you have especially red or black ink, it messes with the light features and it can't read it. They tested it on different parts of the body, with ink, without ink, and it just held true every time. Like wherever there was tattooing, but especially red and black.
Well, what makes me wonder, what about people with like scarring and stuff on their wrist?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I don't know. I mean,
they said the screen goes dark and it constantly locks itself if you have any ink.
It sucks.
He said you can turn it off. You can turn the wrist detection feature off, but that disables Apple Pay and the watch's ability to answer phone calls. So it pretty much just becomes a fucking watch.
I have the feeling that they're going to fix that.
Oh, sure they will.
I mean, that doesn't seem like that.
Can you?
It doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
Well, not just that, but what about black people?
Well, who knows? I'm sure they tested it on.
Well, I'm sure too, but why does this black ink?
Well, they said reds and blacks. Reds and blacks. Well, it's the material that the ink is made out of is what's interfering with it. It's like having a mouse, on how it doesn't really work well on different surfaces and stuff. It's just a reflection rate. I would think if it's all skin though, it wouldn't matter. Like
that's what I'm thinking. Like skin is skin. It doesn't.
It should
I got
just
tattoos,
be the reflexivity.
and I have a different color on certain areas, but it doesn't. It still looks like skin. You know what I mean? It's not like it's different texture. It's not.
Because the tattoo...
And the tattoo is
itself
underneath.
Yeah, it's subdermal. It's
Yeah.
not, you know...
I still have other skin that it could... It's just reflecting of the color. Because no matter what, it's touching skin. Flesh.
I don't know. Maybe they can, like... There'll be a way they can, like, fine-tune that detection thing to...
They gotta do something with it.
So it's not... like as strong a flash or something, like turn back the flash a little bit so it's not as bright, maybe, so it's only surface. I don't know what the technology is for that, to like look for heart rate and stuff, but that's like any of those watches, man, like those Fitbits and stuff. So one guy I know, he had one for and he posted a thing on like Facebook or whatever the other week, and it left like a big rash on his whole skin. He had to like send it back to him because they have it's some kind of like nickel plated mesh or something, and it can cause like this big fucking rash for people that are like, you know, people are allergic to copper and it'll like turn their finger green or gold. So yeah, same thing except with those, and it was a big like huge rat, and he said he didn't even notice like it was even there, like it didn't hurt until he like took it off to charge it, and he's like, holy shit. You know,
the love the faces of that guy. Oh, what the heck else was I gonna say about those stupid watches? Oh, the whole time I was like looking this up and just kept picturing our buddy Mike with a fucking wrist tattoo, like a big arm sleeve, you know, because he just got the watch, and it's just like, oh man.
Or people that were such a fan of Apple Watches, they got a tattoo of an Apple Watch before it came out, so you'd be like, yeah,
this is where my watch is gonna go.
All right. No, it doesn't work.
Nice.
That'd be the ultimate.
I'm gonna have to get a picture of him. I'm gonna Photoshop like Mike all tatted up, and I'm gonna put it on here. That's my goal. Alright, well that'll do it for this episode of The Commute. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger. Send us an email about anything you want at the Commute Podcast @comcast.net. Hope to see you soon.